Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Pingery home, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Lakin, and for today's video I'm going to be taking you guys along with me doing lots of homemaking. We are cooking, we're baking, and we're going to be cleaning and organizing the bathroom closet from where I have been doing baby boy's nursery. We have to redo the bathroom closet, and I bought like an organizer so we can like really dig into that. It's gonna be a lot of work, but we're gonna get it done. And also I'm gonna be sharing my chocolate chip cookie recipe in today's video. It's super delicious. The cookies are so moist and ooey and gooey in the middle, but they're like crispy on the outside. They are so good. And then I'm also gonna be sharing our chicken Alfredo recipe. It's really quick and easy, and I feel like anybody can really make it. It's really good. I just used canned sauce for it. I don't make my own sauce, so it's really foolproof and it just has a lot of flavor, but it's really good and it honestly tastes like restaurant quality. I'm telling y'all, it's like so good. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, like always, then make sure you give it a thumbs up, and then let's go ahead and get started. Alright, to get started, I am just going to go ahead and get my chicken marinated. I just cut up like 2 big chicken breasts into little small pieces, and I just season it with olive oil, some onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of salt, some Parmesan cheese. I also use the Olive Garden Italian salad dressing, and then I also have this Kinder's seasoning blend. It's the buttery poultry blend, and I just throw some of that in there, get it all mixed up, and then I just throw it in the fridge and let it marinate. So while I'm doing everything else during the day, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I am going to start the cookie recipe. So for the cookie recipe, you are gonna need 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, 6 tablespoons of regular sugar, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 1/4 cups of chocolate chips, or just as many chocolate chips as you desire. You're just gonna start in a small bowl by combining your flour, baking soda, and salt. And then in my bigger bowl, I'm gonna put my butter and my brown sugar and my sugar. I'm going to take that to the mixer, get that all mixed up. Then I'm gonna add in my 1 egg, vanilla extract, and you can use regular vanilla extract, but I have always, since I've made these cookies, have put in this skinny syrup. It is like a skinny syrup that you would use in coffee, and it's like a vanilla caramel one, and I think it just adds extra goodness to it. You don't have to use it. I've done both ways. I've done it with just the vanilla extract and the like the skinny syrup as well, like coffee syrup. They turn out delicious either way, but if you want to, you can add one of those flavors in there. They have like the caramel ones, the salted caramel ones. You can do that too, and it's really good. And then once you get all this mixed up, you're just gonna add in your chocolate chips, and then that is it. Your cookie dough is done. You need to preheat your oven to 350, and then you're just gonna bake these cookies for 8 to 10 minutes if you make smaller cookies, and then do like 10 to 13 if you do bigger cookies. I always do like a bigger cookie, so I usually always start it at about 10 minutes, and then I will check on them and see if I need a few more minutes. I started these at 10 and then ended up needing to do the 3 more. They turn out so good. You will see here in a minute. They are like crispy on the outside and they're just ooey gooey on the inside. Another thing that I like to do is, as y'all saw on my baking sheets, I like to lay down flour. You can spray your baking sheets, you can do parchment paper, you can do whatever you want. I always like to just lay down flour. I think it works the best for any kind of thing that you're baking, for your baked good to not stick. So that's just always something that I like to do. But this recipe, actually, I kind of made up myself. I kind of combined a bunch of cookie recipes together, and I've been making these for ever since me and Houston's been married, and they are our absolute favorite. So totally recommend y'all trying this. If you do, then let me know. Y'all can see they just look so good. But yeah, let me know if you try the cookie recipe. And I will also leave the recipe down in the comments below, and I'll leave the chicken Alfredo recipe in the comments below too. This is how our Saturday is going. Houston and Milo were napping together. I thought it was so cute, so I just had to show y'all before we started cleaning the closet, because I thought it was absolutely precious. And then started tackling this bathroom closet, and this bathroom closet is just interesting. It really just needs like a shelf system. I think it would benefit from a shelf system, but honestly, we're just gonna make do. We had a lot of diapers and wipes, and I just needed to make it work as best as I could. It is not as beautiful as it could be or as pleasing to the eye as it could be, but honestly, it's functional for our family. It works for us, and that's really all that matters. And you know, we can like compare our house and home to all these like aesthetically pleasing, organized houses, but honestly, as long as it's organized and it works for you, then that's really all that matters. It does not have to be organized to the T. It does not have to have all the pretty containers. It does not have to have all the pretty woven bins, you know, as much as we all would like that. Honestly, just doing it the best and the most economical way that you can, and just what works for you is really what matters, and that's what I like to do. So I'm not going to teach y'all to go out and spend a ton of money in your homemaking. I try to keep everything as simple and as cheap as possible. And I think in this world where we're like in such a comparison because of social media, it's really hard. And I think we should just remember, you know, it's okay not to have those things. And being a homemaker, we make sacrifices, you know, to stay at home, because most of the time as a homemaker, you're on a one income budget. You are one income. It's you staying at home with your children, and you know, you only have your husband's income to work with. And with that, you know, you have to learn how to really do things as best as you can and as budget friendly as you can. And I think that's okay. And it's really worth it. Thankfully, me and Houston, you know, when we got married, we knew that our ultimate goal was for me to stay at home and raise our children and to homeschool our kids and all of that. You know, then we got hit with infertility. We kind of always knew that we would have infertility problems, but that was definitely a huge financial burden that we were faced with. And I had already quit working at that point when we were faced with like IUI and IVF. I did not have a job while we were going through that. And so, you know, you just really have to learn how to like cut your corners every way that you can. And so, but you can always find joy in the journey. And I think that's really important. So don't always think that you have to have the best of the best. Trust me, we don't drive the newest cars. We don't have, you know, the newest house. Our goal is obviously to build a home one day. That is our plan, and that's definitely in the works for us to be able to build a home, for us to have multiple children, because this house, you know, it could maybe possibly carry two small kids, but you know, that's about it. So you just have to make sacrifices along the way, but I don't think you'll ever regret it if you do decide, you know, to stay at home and to take care of your husband and your children. I think it's completely worth it. So if you're even thinking about becoming a homemaker, yes, it's a sacrifice. Yes, you're not going to be able to have the best things in life, but you will be so much happier just because it's just more simple and it's just a sweet time. So moving back to the kitchen because it was now supper time for us. I'm gonna start by just boiling some water for my noodles, and then also I use the ragu Alfredo sauce, and you can use 1 to 2 cans of this. And then to get the most out of it, I always like to either add some water or milk. Milk is better just because of the kind of sauce that it is, and I just shake it around and then I turn them upside down so I can get all the sauce out. And then I also like to use the Barilla fettuccine noodles, and I'll get those started. And so while I have the sauce warming up and the noodles boiling, I also add a little dash of salt into the noodles, and I let those cook for like 12 to 15 minutes, just what the box says. Then I heat up my pan for my marinated chicken. I add some olive oil in that, and I like to just cook mine until it is like brown and crispy, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here in a minute. Like I think it just tastes so good when it's just like has more brown and crispness to it. It's just delicious. It takes about, you want to like slow cook it and then like turn your heater up and then, do all of that. And it takes about maybe 10-12 minutes to do that. Once my noodles are done, I drain those, and then I add olive oil. I add a little bit of salt, some Parmesan, and I also like to add parsley flakes. And then I just serve it up. I just start with my noodles, and then I put my sauce on top of the noodles, and then I just add my chicken on top. And then you can also add a little bit more parsley on top, and it is so good. We love this recipe, and I totally recommend you guys try it, like I said. And again, it'll be down in the comments below. All right, I'm gonna let Houston do the taste test of the Alfredo.
Taste test.
I don't make it a lot because if y'all know, Alfredo is very high in calorie. So we don't ever have Alfredo. It's very rare.
Last time I had it was at Olive Garden like 2 months ago.
No, I think the last time we had it, I made it.
Oh.
I made it, wasn't it for our anniversary? Or it was in March. It's been about 2 months. I made it in March. We eat in here. Is it good? So try the recipe. It's super easy. As you see, once you marinate your chicken, it literally comes together in like 15 minutes to do when you cook your chicken, do your sauce and your noodles. It doesn't take no time at all. It's a quick, easy meal. So, totally recommend trying it out. Let me know if you do. Leave it in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, then make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, then don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below so you can join the Pendry Home family. I would love to have you over here on my channel. And also, if you try any of the recipes from today's video, then let me know. I would love to know how it turns out or how you like them. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.